What up, yo? This is RavenSky, just checking in with you. This is day 24, building a produce farm garden from scratch. Just had a couple updates. We're actually I'm getting ready to do some painting, and I went into our Connex box and pulled out some of our Kills latex that we got in there, and I switched up my shoes. I normally wear my Ariats, and the other pair of shoes I got are these things here, these rubber boots, and I actually think I got these from Walmart for like $20 or something like that. And these are really the only two pairs of shoes that I have to speak of as far as living here on the farm. And the Ariats, these things are pretty much my all-purpose everything, and they're super comfortable. I've got two Ariat foot insoles in here. They're actually doubled up, and I got a size larger than I needed, and put two I got sensitive feet, so I put two insoles in them, and those are good. These work pretty well. I've got them waterproofed and stuff, but man, on those rainy days, like, you'll start to feel the moisture inside of these if you spend too much time in the mud or in the water. And I wouldn't advise getting these things soaked, because then you're gonna have to wait days in order for them to dry out. So on the really rainy days, or if I'm doing painting like I'm gonna start here, I wear my rubber boots, and that pretty much keeps all the water out. So I went to Home Depot today and I think I bought 6 of these 4x8 plywood, 1/2 inch, I believe. And these are really good, sturdy pieces of plywood. I bought some door hinges. They were the cheapest ones they had, because they don't need to be expensive, obviously. And they were like $8, $8.50. And I got these things screwed on to the 4x8s. And one's here in the middle at 4 foot, and one's here at 12 inches, and the other one's at 12 inches. So I'm going to use the primer, and I'm going to prime these things up and get them sealed, so they don't hold water, because eventually these are going to break down, because I don't think that they're pressure treated. I don't think so anyways. And then I got my other 4 pieces of plywood back here. We're actually going to be, I'm not sure what all is going on these signs. I know that we're going to try to do a branding sign, something about supporting local agriculture, or supporting local farm, or something like that. It's going to be part of our new branding sign that we're going to put out there to try to change up the pace a little bit, and bring a little bit more awareness to the local farmers and agriculture, and maybe try to drum up some more business. I won't get everything painted today. I'm really just going to put 2 coats of primer, and then probably 1 coat of finish. Coincidentally, I was a subcontractor in painting for 20 years, so this kind of comes in handy. I know how to work with wood and paint. So if you're going to do something like this and build yourself a sign for your garden, or for your, I don't know, for whatever, quite honestly, and you do something like this, then I would recommend getting these 4x8s. Build yourself a little A-frame, and if you really want to get fancy, you can actually get some chain, and you can buckle some chain from here to there on both sides, and that'll help it from folding on you. But you need 2 coats of primer on this, and then and make sure you paint the edges here too, because this is plywood, and that water is going to get in here and start buckling the paint, or buckling the wood here eventually. So you want to prime the top of this twice really thick, and then you want to prime this up twice, and that will help seal up that part of the wood. And then you want to come back and do a finish coat of whatever it is that you're trying to use. And if you're really trying to be thrifty, you can just use primer, if you don't have the money, or if you don't want to spend it, or you're too lazy, or whatever it is. So, but I've got plenty of paint, so 2 coats of primer, 1 coat of finish, and we're going to do our support local farms, I think, or something of that nature. So that'll be fun. And the sun's almost down, as you can see, so I won't be out here for long. The mosquitoes are going to get bad. And we did get in some more plants. I don't even know what these are. This is a kale. a nice purple looking kale. I think these are more cauliflower if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm sorry, bok choy. Got 2 flats of bok choy, 3 flats. That's going to be a big acreage of, that's going to be a lot of space for bok choy. And then we have cabbage, more cabbage. So purple cabbage is cool. So those are the 3 things we got. We are going to, I guess in the next, I don't know, 7 days probably, we're going to be building this out further. Right now we got about, you know, a small portion of the field taken up. But we're actually going to put 1, 2, and 3 more rows here. So our buddy Chris is going to come out with the tractor, and he's got that parked right there next to my car. And he's going to come out here, and we're going to start filling up the buckets again like we did last time. And we still got plenty of compost. If there's any locals in town and you need compost that's already mixed up, it's 50% perlite and 50% composted vegetables, grass, and horse manure. So if you need some potting soil, we've already got it mixed up. You can come down here to Keystone Farmers Market, talk to the ladies inside, and we'll get you hooked up with some of this awesome potting soil that we're using. I'm still working on I haven't really got to the worm farm yet. Those white boxes, we're going to start growing some worms. That's going to be an experiment, quite honestly. I've never grown worms before, but we'll see how it goes there. And then what else we got here? Oh yeah, so the longest time I've been trying to, you know, I spend most of my time listening to music and listening to YouTube videos, continuing my education, you know, with marketing, and listening to my people on DCA Adventure, the cryptocurrency family, and you know, all the other things that I'm interested on YouTube. But my phone is constantly running out of battery because I've got a super old phone, which I'm upgrading. More on that later. That should be pretty cool. So I actually went to Home Depot and I bought this radio, okay? And I was going to get the inverter. And first of all, it was too expensive, and second of all, they didn't have it in. So I looked around and found a radio and realized that a radio actually has a USB port in it, and it looks like a little auxiliary. And all I'm really trying to do is charge my phone while I'm out here working all day. So I've got a 4 ohm 18 volt Ryobi battery already plugged into it, and it charges my phone up really quick. I haven't done a whole lot of testing with it. I'm going to probably do a review on it at some point, and maybe make that part of my part of my playlist, or just, you know, part of living on a farm. You got to have wireless products in order to get shit done. Sometimes we don't have any electricity out here, so I'm using power tools. You know, I've got some power tools that are old, but they still work. And eventually I'm going to buy some new shit, but for now anyways, I just got this new thing, so I'll probably do like a review on it or something later. That should be pretty cool. I finally got the fertilizer. I know this is a long video. Finally got my fertilizer into the reservoir over here, and I had to go buy some. Actually, the acid I got from one of my buddies is a super concentrated form to lower the pH in my fertilizing reservoir, and I bought a little 1 gallon gas can to put this sulfuric acid in. It's like this super concentrate, and I put the little black nozzle, or the black pour spout thing, you know, back into the gas can. And a few days later, when I came back from Christmas break, that piece of it, that hose, I threw it away, but basically it melted. So there's like this black gunk at the bottom of the gas can, and that's got my acid in it. And I wasn't going to be mixing that in with my fertilizer because I thought it might hurt the plants if I got melted plastic in there, fertilizing my plants with melted plastic. So I had to cancel that. So I went to AutoZone and picked up some acid, battery acid. It cost me like $11. One problem is it's not concentrate. So I had to pour the whole 32 ounces in, and it still doesn't, my pH still isn't where it needs to be at. So I've got to get it down to between 6 and 6.4. Right now it's sitting at about 6.7. So that's kind of a small update on that. All the plants are looking real healthy. I spent the last day, or last 2 days, or I guess the last day, picking all the dead leaves and the, you know, our problem leaves, let's just call it that. But like these, you know, stuff like this, like these ones that are kind of yellowing, and I got all this stuff in here. I went through all of it. It took me all day, but I finally got them all cut out. And part of that issue is because I just didn't have my fertilizer set up properly with the pH. You'll run into that problem with your plants yellowing and getting spots, and you know, getting little bacteria and little worms and stuff if you don't have the proper pH in your water or your fertilizer. So so that's that. So yeah, this is kind of a lengthy video. There was a lot of updates here. I didn't realize I had so much to talk about, quite honestly. So I guess I'll be checking in with you. Probably I'll do another video as soon as I get these billboards painted here, and kind of show you how I did it, just in case you want to do it for yourself and drum up some business. All right, everybody, I appreciate y'all stopping by. This is Raven Sky signing out, and I'll talk to you on the flip. Peace out.